Advanced Chromatic Notation System. Detailed explanation. Warning. The following video contains advanced musical terminology and innovative ideas. People with huge gaps in their musical education, or lack of imagination in general, shall stop watching immediately and turn off all nearby electronic devices. All the others should be aware that the purpose of the video is not to force an implementation of this discovery, neither to criticize the existing musical rules. As we all know, the present musical notation system uses 7 signs called notes in their natural state, with 4 additional chromatic signs, or accidentals, sharp, flat, double sharp and double flat, reaching altogether 35 different combinations, with the purpose of graphically represent 12 sounds with a different wave frequency. In this case though, we have either too few means of writing the music using the natural state of the notes, or too many if using the accidentals, which leads to a certain amount of complication, and requires strict rules to be followed, some of them still being an object of discussion. A chromatic notation system basically is a way of writing the 12 different sounds with 12 notes in their natural state, incorporating 5 more notes in natural state and eliminating the need of additional chromatic signs. There are a lot of existing chromatic notation systems, but although sharing the same idea, they all have one general flaw: the notes distribution on the staff. Having 12 notes instead of 7 takes far more space on the staff, and adding extra lines to it doesn't seem to make the notes recognition better. Here is a suggestion on how to overcome this problem, and actually making the notation far more efficient. Starting with the names of the notes: do, da, re, ne, mi, fa, na, sol, tu, la, li, si. All the notes names, as in fact most of this video's content are subject of discussion, and can be changed easily. The core idea of this notation system is using 3 different shaped notes on each line or space on the staff. Or, if we try to write a chromatic scale with the existing note signs, it should look like this. You can see the different note head direction, each changing the height of the note with a half step, and following the logic behind crescendo and diminuendo signs, or simply, the note head leaning to the left is a half step lower than the one standing straight, and the one on the right is a half step higher. The middle do is written straight of the first line of the higher clef, and on the 5th line on the lower clef. Next comes few suggestions on how the different notes' length might be visualized. This topic is also highly flexible, and here are only a few options. In the next examples I am using the second line notes, although any of the right side suggestions can be used with the same success. As for the clef, we will only need 2 of them, a higher and a lower one. The treble and the bass clef can still be used, since sol and fa place on the staff remains the same. My personal preference is the first one, but we'll be using treble and bass clef for the next few charts. Mind that the notes are exactly the same on both clefs, with 2 octaves difference, which may prove to be easier than reading 2 different notations at the same time. This is the beginning of Rachmaninoff's study Opus 39 number 9, using the new way of writing. There are some minor mistakes, which I pointed with a pink marker. If you would like to have a better look, pause the video now. 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Using this system allows us to combine two or more notes in one symbol. For the ledger line notes, we need to implement a new rule. If the note is on the ledger line, the end of it shall touch the line as shown in bar 6. Leaving it open might lead to confusion and reading the wrong note. Again, it is only a suggestion and the mistake is pointed with a pink marker. Below is a comparison of how many notes can be written in one clef. It is not difficult to notice that the range of the new system is far superior, which may bring the other clefs to an extinction. The flute and the violin will no longer need to read so many ledger lines, the viola and the violoncello will no longer need to read two different clefs, the piano will read the same notes on the two staffs, and the tenors will find their place on the lower staff at last. No more accidentals, no more enharmonic notes, no more complicated intervals. And yet many more pros to be found, but I am leaving it to you. Finally, this video is made on 12th of December 2016. A very special day for me. Please try to read this simple melody and if you guess it right, write the answer in the comments section below. Thank you for your time. Be well.